Welcome everyone. This video deals with modals and semi-modals. You know the auxiliary verbs? So auxiliary verbs are called helping verbs. So there are primary auxiliaries and secondary auxiliaries. So what are called helping verbs? The auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. They have no meaning on their own. So they are necessary for the grammatical structure of a sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. We usually use helping verbs with the main verb. So they help the main verb which has the real meaning. So really these auxiliary verbs, they cannot stand alone. It always comes with the main verb. 11 primary auxiliaries. What are the primary auxiliaries? The first one, be verbs. What are the be verbs? Am, is, or, was, were. Then do forms. Do, does, and did. Then a form, have, has, had. So these are called primary auxiliaries. Then secondary auxiliaries. There are 13 secondary auxiliaries, 9 modal auxiliaries, and 4 semi-modal auxiliaries. What are the modal auxiliaries? First of all, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must. So these are called modal auxiliaries and semi-modal auxiliaries. 4 semi-modal auxiliaries, what are they? Need, dare, used to, and ought to. Now let's see modal auxiliary verbs and their uses. The modal verbs. The modal verbs are also called modal auxiliary verbs or modal auxiliary. Modal verbs are special verbs that provide additional meaning and a specific meaning to the main verbs in a sentence. It should be used to give extra information about the main verb. The modal verbs are used before the main verb. The modal verbs always should be used before the main verb, not back to the main verb. It takes the first form of the main verb. When you use a modal auxiliary, we have to use only verb one form. That means first form of verb. Look at the given example. She can play. Here, can is a modal verb, play is the main verb. When you use the modal auxiliary, we should use only V1 form of the verb. That means first form of verb. So we should not use any verb plus S or ED with the main verb when you use the modal auxiliary. So what are the function of will? Or where we can use will? The first one to express the futurity. I will be 40 in March. That means if you use the will, it expresses the future activity. So I will be 40 in March. That means he will be completed the 40 in the March. I will be late to the meeting tomorrow. That means will be late. That means he will not be come on time tomorrow's meeting. The next one, while making request, we can use will also. Will you call me when you get home? Then, will you help me with my homework? So make a request. Then while using offer and willingness to express our willingness, we can use will. We will pay for you. That means just to give an offer. Then willingness. I will give you a ride home. That means just will to express our willingness, I will help you. Done. So while using the negative word, refusal. She will not return his call. Then my mom won't let me go to the party. That means the refusal, that means the negative word. While using the negative word to the modal auxiliary. Will, not, and won't. Then conditional. So you can use will in the first condition, that's a probable condition. So look, if it rains, I will bring an umbrella. If she wins the race, she will be happy. So here is a condition, probable condition. That's the possibility. Then come to the next one, would. So would is the positive form of will. So we can use would in the condition, second and third condition. If we had a car, we would drive to work. That means imaginary condition are improbable. If we had a car, we would drive to home to work. The third condition, that is called impossible one. That means if he had gone to the party, he would have seen a lot of his friends. Actually, real meaning is he did not go for the party. He did not see a lot of his friends. That's the actual meaning. So while using the third condition, so we have to change the verb into past perfect. So we have to use the modal as a would in the main class. Then, while making a request in a formal way, we can use would. Look, would you lend me a pen, please? Look at the word please is a requesting word. While making a request, we can use would because it expresses in a formal way. I would like more coffee, please. It is called to express our wishes. Okay, then offer. Would you like me to drive you home? It's just to give an offer to express your willingness to do. And also, would you care to join us for dinner? It's also offer. Then just we invite them to join in the party or dinner. Then future in the past. So we thought we would arrive on time, but we were late. Then habit in the past. So when I lived in the country, I would go for a walk in the woods every day. So once we had a habit of going for a walk in the wood every day. So while expressing the habit in the past, we can use would also. Then third one, the can. So seeking permission or giving permission, grant the permission. Then look first one, ability. I can speak 3 languages. So that is called ability in the present, not in the past, ability in the present. That means presently he can speak 3 languages. I can speak 3 languages. That means he has ability to speak 3 languages. She can play the piano. Just she has a ability to play the piano. Then offer. So can I help you? So voluntarily, so we are giving an offer to the other person. Can I help you? Then I can send this letter for you. So just in the mode of help. So we can use this word. Then possibility. The smoking can cause cancer. So if you smoke, there will be a possibility to get cancer. So smoking can cause cancer. It can get very hot. So there these days. So there is a possibility during the summer holidays, summer days. So there is a possibility to get hot, very hot. Then, while making request, it is called, while using can, it is an informal way for making request. If you use could, it is a formal one. Okay, so more polite one. Then, can you hand me the pencil? That's mean, can you give me the pencil? It's a request, but it's not a formal way, it is an informal way. Can I go to the park? It's also informal way making a request to other one. And not allowed, that means the negation, negative form. You cannot drive fast. It should not be permitted. Okay, so you cannot drive fast. That means you have to drive slow. Then you then the seeking permission or grant the permission. Can I borrow your notebook? Is an informal way making a permission. Can I speak to Mary? Is also seeking permission. So we can use can to express our ability, giving an offer or express the possibility, making requests, the prohibited things and also seeking permission. Then come to the next one, could. The could also express ability, but in the past. Look, ability, past. Jim could run fast when he was young. So once he had ability to run fast. That means he was young, but not now. So ability in the past. I could play tennis when I was a kid. So once I was a kid, I used to play. That means I could play tennis. Then, while making suggestion also, we can use Could. You could try exercising more. That's mean, so we suggest to others. So you could try exercising more. We could take a taxi. So it's a offering the suggestion. Then, while making request in a polite way, in a formal way. If you use a could means, the sentence become more polite. So we'll compare with a can. Could I please have the check? It's a humbly way. It's a more polite. We can use could. Could you please give me a hand? So while making a humble thing, humble request, we can use could. Then permission. Could I take the exam tomorrow? In a polite. Then possibility in the past. He could have gotten lost. You could have called first. So the possibility in the past, you would have gotten lost. And also, you could have called first. So then, the ones we had a possibility in the past, but not now. Then come to the next one, shall. The use of shall. So while making suggestion, so we can use shall. Shall I get a pizza for dinner tonight? Is a suggestion to others. Then offers under voluntary. That bag looks heavy. Shall I carry it for you? Just to give an offer to help others. We can use shall. While using instruction, asking for or giving. Then, what shall I do with your mail when it arrives? So, what a proper instruction here. So, what shall I do with your mail when it arrives? So, asking for or asking for. Then, promises. You shall be the first person to know. So, while making promise also, we can use shall. Then, confirmation. Statement of fact. I shall meet you there at 7. It's also promising also. I shall meet you there at 7. Look at the box. Shall. The modal verb shall is not used much nowadays. The mostly we do not use it because we use the will instead of shall. It may still be found in formal speech under some legal documents. We can use shall I or shall we. Originally, the shall was used instead of will in the first person with I and we when talking about the future. The mostly we can use shall or we use shall for only the first person, I and we. Then come to the next one. Should. So where we can use should in its characteristic. So while making advice or while giving advice to others, we can use should. Look at the given examples. You should eat more fruits and vegetables. So if you see the sick person or ill person, just it's our advice to tell them. So you should eat more fruits and vegetables to have a good health. Okay. Then I think we should wait for her now. I think we should wait for her now. So just to give an advice. So we have to wait for her. You should take a break and get some rest. So when one looks very tired, so it's our duty to give the advice. One should take a break and get some rest. So then we'll come back, refresh soon. Then, while doing your obligation. So obligation means nothing but the legal duties, our works. You should walk to work. That's mean it's our. So don't use the vehicles to go nearby places. You should to walk to work. You should save some money. So it's also our duty because if you save money here means it will be very helpful. One should work more or do exercise. More exercise. Then probability and expectation. Then look at the given examples. A ticket to Paris should cost a lot. Is a probability. A ticket to Paris should cost a lot. Lost. I smell bread baking. So there should be a bakery nearby. Is also probability. This shouldn't be Mark's house. Is also expectation and a probability. So sometimes we can say you should be here at 7 p.m. It's also expectation. They should be here. That is expectation. So while making advice or doing our obligations or expressing the probability and expectation, we can use should. Then may and might is always express the possibility. So may should be used the possibility, higher possibility, might should be used for the lower possibility, lesser possibility. The uses of may and might. A possibility, it might rain later, so take an umbrella. That's the much possibility, so we should take an umbrella. Then, while giving permission, you may have another cookie if you like. So just giving permission, we can use may. Ask for permission. May I borrow your pen, please? While asking for permission also, we can use may. Then, may I get in? It's also permission. Express wishes, to wish someone. May the new year bring you happiness. May God bless you. It's also undercome wishes. The next, speculate about the past action. If she is late, she may have missed her plan. Let's speculate the past action. Look at the sentence. She is late. She may have missed her plan. That means she get a chance to miss her plan. So look the box. May or might. May and might can normally be interchanged without a significant difference in meaning. They mostly express the possibility. However, might often implies a smaller chance of something happening. That means the less possibility. Look at the unit. It may rain. That means the 70% chance. It might rain means the 40% chance. If we express the higher possibility means we can use may, lesser possibility means we can use might. But when expressing wishes or giving permission, so only we can use may. So may is used. The final modal actually, the ninth one, must. So uses of must. Day-to-day work. You must wear a seat belt when you drive. Yeah, so it's really our duty while driving the car. The seat belt is must. Then, deduction, certain something is true. Look, all that snow, it must be cold outside. So that is the definite condition outside of the house because the whole place is invaded with the snow. Emphasize necessity. So we're expressing the necessity. The plants must have light and water to grow. Yeah. So light and water is very necessary to plants. The strong recommendation. We must get together for dinner soon. So we'll express the strong things. The recommendation we can use must or for the compulsory one. The mustn't, that means prohibition. That means not to do. You mustn't use your phone while driving. So really, the prohibited one. So we should not use or we must not use the mobile phone while driving the car or riding the bike is a prohibited one. Then, look at the box. Must and have to. The must expresses obligation imposed by the speaker while have to express external obligation. It's almost have the same thing, same meaning. The teacher You must complete this essay by Friday. It's a compulsory one. The student, we have to complete this essay by Friday. That is their obligation. That is more common to use have to instead of must in questions. The mostly time, sometimes we have to use that's the making the question form. So these are the 9 modal auxiliaries. So what are the 9 modal auxiliaries? Will, would, can, could, may, might, shall, should, and the last one is must. So now come to the semi-modal auxiliaries. So what are the semi-modal auxiliaries? There are 4 semi-modal auxiliaries. So what are they? Ought to, used to, need and dare. These are the semi-modal auxiliaries. The ought to, so where it should be used? Look, while expressing our duty, moral obligation and necessity. Look at the given example. You ought to submit your assignment on time. So it's our duty. So we need to submit our things on time. So you ought to submit your assignment on time. Then obligation, our duty also. We ought to help the needy. It's our moral things. So really we need to help the poor. So that's mean you ought to help the needy, poor and needy. Then necessity. So we ought to hire some furniture for the party. So when things are in need or necessary, so we need to use ought to. Then used to. Use is a very simple one. The habits in the past. Once you had habits, but not now. So look, my grandfather used to work for a long hours when he was young. So once he was young, he used to work for a long hours, but now not possible. So need. It's a need for necessity and a moral obligation also. I need to buy a packet of milk. So it is a necessary. So I need to buy a packet of milk to prepare coffee or tea for the family members. Then moral obligation. We need to keep our environment clean. It's our duty. So to while express our necessity or moral obligation, we can use need and dare, express our boldness and challenge. So look at the first one. I dare not go out in the dark. That's mean. So I have no fear to go out in the dark. That's mean at the night time. That's mean express the boldness. I dare not go. Dare means I have no fear to go out in the dark. Next challenge. How dare you enter my room without my permission? Sometimes we ask others, how dare you touch my things? So that's mean to express the challenge. So okay students, I hope you understood. So what are the modal auxiliaries and the semi-modal auxiliaries? There are 9 modal auxiliaries and 4 semi-modal auxiliaries. Okay, thank you students for watching this video. You just do the homework, you just do the book exercise as a homework. Thank you.